dead mom, the evil father, the kindness, the fish out of waterness, the desire to be loved. This guy was made to be the main character, and no one can tell me otherwise. So if you don't know, Adrien Agreste is the male lead of the popular but trashy kids show Miraculous, who I wholeheartedly believe would have been a better main character than Miss Stalkerbug. And no, Thomas, it's not because I hate seeing girls lead. I watched Winx Club and Sophia the First and a bunch of other female-led shows, and I love them. It's because Mary Sue was stripped of any flaws that would make her interesting. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Adrien. So Adrien is so much more than the love interest, and season 2 of this hopeless show showed us that. He is the holder of the cat Miraculous and the son of Gabriel and Emily Agreste. His mother died when he was young, and his father hasn't been the same since. He prefers to lock himself up in a secret basement where he keeps his dead wife's corpse, harass people who have a hint of a negative emotion, and make bad puns instead of spending time with his son. So Adrien has been neglected while also living a very restricted life until he finally gets to go to in-person school, and we basically get to see him navigate this new world. The world of teenagers with healthy homes, mostly. And this and so much more make him a more compelling character to follow than Mary Sue. And in this video, I'm going to be analyzing the character of Adrien Agreste and explaining why I think he should have been the main character. Or at least, why he should have been given a more prominent role in the story. So although the show was initially marketed as Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, and we were made to believe that the two main heroes, Ladybug and Cat Noir, are partners, Cat Noir was getting the short end of the stick from the very start. His Miraculous gives him the power of destruction. He can destroy anything he touches when he activates Cataclysm, and that's it. Compare that to the powers granted to his equal counterpart, Ladybug, and you will see that something isn't adding up. Ladybug has the power of creation. She can use lucky charms to get a special item that she then uses to defeat the villain of the day. She can capture Akumas and de-evilize them. In the later seasons, she can even make magical charms to ward off Akumas. And when she throws a special item in the air, everything gets restored to how it was. People are brought back to life, buildings are rebuilt, and so on and so forth. There are essentially no consequences. Already, there is a clear power imbalance that makes it so that Ladybug can fight a villain on her own, or even easily replace Cat Noir with another Miraculous holder and win, but Cat Noir can't. And they wanted us to believe that these Miraculouses are opposite yet equally powerful. You're right. This reduces Cat Noir's role to that of a sidekick or a mere love interest. He's no longer a main character, regardless of what they want to tell us, which is sad because he has so much potential to be a really interesting character. This is, however, an easy fix, in my opinion. Or at least it was before they wrote whatever mess they wrote for Season 4. This is how I think his role in Team Miraculous should have been. It has never made sense to me that Ladybug has the power to de-evilize the Akuma when Cat Noir is the one with the power of destruction, so it could be painted as him destroying the evil within the butterfly. Or they could make it so that Cat Noir's Cataclysm is the only thing that can destroy an object with an Akuma within it, and Ladybug is the only one who can capture and de-akumatize. And de-evilize. This makes it so that they actually need each other to be able to defeat a villain, and neither is replaceable. I think they also could have given him more cat-inspired abilities, like always landing on his feet, night vision, and because he's a black cat, he could have an ability that allowed him to give others bad luck. I also think Cat Noir should have been better than Ladybug at fighting. Why is that? Adrien does fencing and martial arts. Even with the strength and speed buff, someone doesn't just become a good fighter because. At least, I don't think that should be the case. Ladybug could have instead become the better thinker. She's still learning how to fight and getting used to controlling her speed and strength, but she's more creative than Cat Noir because Marinette wants to be a fashion designer. This will make them more dependent on each other and make the role of Cat Noir in the group more important. Basically, I think they could have equally distributed the powers to make the duo fit the yin and yang narrative that they claimed they were going for. I think they could have leaned into Cat Noir's feelings of uselessness because Ladybug doesn't seem to rely on him anymore, and he's just not as powerful as her. They could let those emotions build up and have him bottle them up. After all, he's never been taught how to express his feelings. Being Cat Noir is his only source of freedom. It's the only time he can be more of himself. So I would have liked if he stood up for himself against Ladybug, tired of those he loves confining him to the sidelines and keeping secrets from him. He could take matters into his own hands instead of quitting the superhero life because, let's be real, why would he give up his only source of freedom? He could instead quit Team Miraculous, choosing to be a vigilante, a hero on his own terms. I think that would be a fun arc. If they chose not to go down the road of vigilante, I would get behind a corruption arc too. Let him wallow in the sadness and bottle up his emotions until finally his feelings blow up and he chooses a different path, the villain's path. I think this would have also been interesting considering his father is the main villain. Naturally, if we're talking about corruption arcs, we must talk about Cat Blanc.
Blanc.
I know I just butchered that. I didn't like the way he got acclimatized, to be honest, and I would have preferred if it had something to do with his struggle with feeling useless. Besides that, this episode was really good, and it would have been better if everything wasn't erased at the end, turning the episode into a what if episode. The only lasting effect it had was traumatizing Marinette, which I'm sure is just an excuse to justify Ladybug's neglectful behavior towards Cat Noir. But they could have really leaned into that too. Have Ladybug react like how a trauma victim would react when Cat Noir does even one thing that reminds her of
Blanc.
like, have her freeze and visibly be scared when Cat Noir sinks at some point. I don't have a lot of ideas about what they could have done with this plot point, but I do think that time travel should have had some lasting effects. Like, maybe the
Blanc.
timeline starts bleeding into the current one, and something's changed due to Ladybug meddling with time. Basically, I think they could have done a lot with it, even though I don't have any ideas at the moment. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this plot twist. I liked it when it was the fans' speculations, but I don't like how the writing team went about it. I don't think it was planned to be a part of the narrative from the start, and that's why, in my opinion, it wasn't done well. I don't like that they made Kagami a Sentimonster, and I don't like how the rules of magic in the show are so blurred. In conclusion, I don't like the execution of this idea, and I think a more talented head writer would have done a better job. Just like Chloe, Adrien is another character who has wasted potential. If there was an award for a show with the most wasted potential, I think Miraculous would forever win it. Adrien deserves more focus and screen time, and not just one episode that makes him look like a jerk. The fans, me, demand to follow a more interesting character, because unlike Marinette, Adrien is allowed to have flaws, and that is what makes him such an interesting character who is way more deserving of the main character role than Marisu.